Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back. We've got a guest on the show today. His name is Brent. There's Brent down there. I met this guy at a Bitcoin meetup, and he's actually going to show us how to turn an old cell phone device into a safe and secure cold storage wallet.
Cool. Alright, well, let me... Oh, it went black. Oh, okay. I'll show you my phone first. Okay, I gotta enter my password. It's totally bricked. There's no data, no Wi-Fi, and it's in airplane mode, so it does not transmit. It's totally cold. Turn it on. It takes a password to get into it, which further protects my stuff. Yeah, don't look at my password. Okay, so I'm into the phone, and basically it's a cold wallet. What I have, probably should just show you the keys. These are all my keys that I have that I've generated. I generate them offline on the phone, and then once I have all my keys made for all of my stuff, I can click on one, and it has the share QR code right there, which you can share. If you scroll down a little bit, the private one will be right down here on the bottom. And so I have both my keys here on my cold storage on my phone. What got me into this was I was looking for a way to do cold storage. I was doing Linux ISO on a USB to get into bit address and generate addresses. And while I was sitting there at my computer, I was looking at the USB drive in there thinking what I would like it to look like. And it dawned on me I'd like it to look like a phone. So the process that I went through to make this cold wallet is very simple. I took my phone and I took out the SIM card. Took off the back, took the battery out of the back, and there's a SIM card. A Verizon SIM card was in this one, in the back of the phone. I took the SIM card out. After I took the SIM card out, I opened up the phone and told it to reset itself to factory defaults to erase all the stuff that had been installed on it previously. After it had reset itself to factory default, then I went ahead and got on a secure Wi-Fi, which was at my house, and I started downloading apps. I downloaded 3 apps, or 2. I downloaded a QR scanner called QR Droid, which after trial was the one that I needed to make this work. That's QR Droid. And the second app was Opera Mini, which is a web browser. I needed a web browser that would save offline pages. Once I had downloaded those 2 apps, I opened up Opera Mini, my web browser, went to bitaddress.org, and saved that page for offline use. It's a key generator that generates keys for cold storage. I have a list of some more things here just to make sure I don't forget anything.
Now, is there a certain make and model of phone that you would recommend using to create a cold storage?
I just started with this one that I found in my drawer. It's a Samsung SCH 1200.
Okay.
Okay. I just pulled it out of my drawer and said I'll start with this one when I got the idea in my head, and it worked. I would suggest you get one. I found this one has an advantage. It has an external SD card in it. And so I can back up all my keys onto an SD card. And here I have, these 2 phones are both cold storage. Put that one on home. Both these phones are cold storage. And they both have SD cards, discs that are very small. I have them color coded so I know which one goes in which phone, but I can't transfer them. This is what I back up all my keys to. So I have my keys in backup, so if something happens to my phone, I can still access my data. If I break this phone, I can actually take the disk that came out of here, put it in the other phone, and grab my keys. These are so small I can hide them anywhere in my house. I can put them in a picture frame, anywhere, you name it. They're very small, very easily concealed. You can put tape in the bottom side of the drawer. Don't care what you're doing.
So if something were to happen to the phone or anything like that, you still have it all backed up on those SD cards right there. I still have it all backed up on the SD cards, yes, so I don't lose it.
You could also take these and put them in a printer and print off from the keys. You can make paper copies of your cold storage as well if that's what you wish to do. Going back to where I was, after I installed the programs, saved the web bit address offline, then I went ahead and bricked the phone. I told it to stop transmitting data.
Yeah, could you explain a little more like what bricking a phone means and how one could go about doing that?
Bricking is basically ruining a phone when you're rooted. I'm using an incorrect term of bricking a phone. I'm making it cold. I go to the switches, I turn Wi-Fi transmission off so it does not transmit Wi-Fi. And I turn off the data so it does not transmit data. And then I put it in airplane mode so that it will not hit cell phone towers and transmit data to cell phone towers, nor will it hit Wi-Fi because Wi-Fi is turned off.
So no one could hack into this Bitcoin wallet. The only way they could get it is to literally steal your phone and the SD card.
Yeah, and they would, yeah, or the SD card. And if they got the phone, they would have to know the password to actually get into it. And if I knew the phone was missing, by the time that they broke into the password on the phone, I would have ran home and grabbed my SD card, put it in my other phone, and transmitted and removed all the funds off the keys that were on that phone. Unlike paper, where if they get a hold of paper, they can immediately scan it and bring it over. It's going to take them a little while to break the password on the phone to get into it. I do not keep the SD cards in the phone. They're only for backup purposes. So if I'm going somewhere to trade somebody Bitcoins or to make a transaction, and I get there and I find out I've lost my phone, I can go home, get my card, and get the data off before anybody else can access it. So it does have that's one of the advantages.
All right, good stuff, man.
Okay, after you brick the phone, which that's an incorrect term, after you make it so it does not transmit data, there's a few things you have to know. To get on the Play Store and download apps, you need a Google account, which the phone will ask for while you're doing this process. When you're done with it and you stop transmitting data, delete your Google account off the phone. Because I found out, even with all of the Wi-Fi off and in airplane mode, your Google account will access the Wi-Fi and turn it back on. So make sure you delete the Google account. And not on the Google account, but your Wi-Fi that's at whatever secure Wi-Fi you use to get on, you get in your Wi-Fi settings and tell it to forget that password in that Wi-Fi, and it will do that. At least these phones do that. So that once you've done that, you've stopped it from transmitting data and you've deleted those accounts. I haven't yet to have these transmit. They're totally cold wallets now. Now, in order to use this, I have found there are some programs like Bither and other ones which you can put on the phone which will cold wallet it. But this one seems to have some perks to it that they don't have. Bither, you have to have Bither on your phone and on the cold wallet so that they're proprietary and you're using them back and forth. Best of my knowledge, I may be wrong. And there's some other ones. The nice thing about this is I can generate my own addresses. With bit address, not only can I generate my addresses, if I get paranoid that maybe I copied them down row, I can take them and use the bit address offline to check the private key because it's not transmitting anywhere, it's still on the phone. And it will check and it'll match it with the public key and it'll show me that it actually exists and is working. So if I want to transfer funds to this or make a transaction with someone else somewhere, I have on my personal phone, I use several different things. I have Coinbase. So I take the Coinbase account and I take money from my bank account, and you can do it any other way if you want to do more anonymous ATMs or whatever. But then I take I use a bank to buy Bitcoins and I put them on here. Once you move the money around enough, it's become anonymous anyway. So then I'll take this and I'll just tell it to send. I will actually use the QR off of this. I can actually take my Bitcoin phone and use the scanner and scan the QR on this which it will do, and I can do that and use that to transfer the coins onto my cold wallet. So it's using line of sight as an air gap, and that's how I'm putting it on to the cold wallet, same as you do with the paper wallet. When I want to get them off, I scroll up to my private key and I can move it around. I've actually tested this when I very first started doing it, and I took it, put money onto the cold wallet, checked to make sure it was there, then took, with Coinbase, put it on, and then went up to the private key and took the money off and put it onto my Mycelium wallet with my phone. So it works cross, so I'm not stuck using one application trying to get it will work cross through the QR code with many, many programs. It's very simple and it works, and it has been tested thoroughly. Another thing that you can do on your phone is you can get a Bitcoin balance app, which is this, and you simply click on the camera up here. I deleted something off there. But and you take it and you scan all of your share codes, the non-private keys, and this will. So no longer do I even need to use this wallet. I have all my balances that are on these wallets are right here on my phone, and at any time that I want to check the balances, I can do that from my regular phone. So that's about it. These are both cold wallets, so they have a total air gap. They have backup, which I can back up, and basically this one was free. I found it in my drawer. This is about a week later. I saw this phone. It was $14, and I bought my second one for $14. So the total cost, this one that I bought for $14 actually had an SD card in it.
So where else could someone learn a little bit more about the steps to doing what you did with these cold storage old cell phone devices?
Right after I had done it, I started looking around to see how many people had actually thought of this, and I don't think anybody really kind of went to the extent I did and did it. So I went to Reddit, R-E-D-D-I-T, and started, posted there a list of instructions on how to do it. Just a few things that probably may not be listed on there. One is to remove the SIM card, and the other is to delete your Google account when you're done. But it's a step-by-step. There's like just 10 easy steps that are written down on Reddit that you can find on how to do it. Making cold storage out of old phones, and my username is Eclectic Universalis.
All right, thanks, man. We'll leave a link to those steps in the description of this video.
Okay, also, if I may for a minute, that one QR code that you did see on the phone that I showed you, you can donate to that.
Send Brent all your Bitcoins.
Yeah, well, just a few. Anyway, one or two would be fine. Anyway, thank you. Appreciate it.